On Christmas Eve, beginning at 5 p.m., a treasure of Bozeman becomes visible that's in its 53rd year of existence. It couldn't be a more perfect holiday experience for 2020, which is why I wanted to invite you into sharing it with me. Clear back in 1967, Bill and Donna Beasley, together with their boys, Kelly and Robert, began the tradition of setting out luminaries in the Westridge Subdivision, just south of Kagi off of South 3rd Avenue. The Beasleys began the tradition to honor the passing of their son's friend, Bobby Switzer, who had been killed in a tragic accident 1 week before Christmas the previous year. Bobby had lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where they set out luminaries on the rooftops and had taught the practice to the Beasley boys. After their friend's passing, Kelly and Robert asked if they could continue the tradition in honor of their friend. Soon, though, the tradition gained in momentum until the entire subdivision began setting out luminaries every Christmas Eve. My family has enjoyed this holiday experience every year since we moved to Bozeman, and it's become a favorite holiday tradition for us. Our little ones put on their pajamas, we tuck them into their car seats with blankets, give them some hot chocolate, and then put on some Christmas music and go for a drive. As I went through the neighborhood over this last week, gathering all of the bits and pieces of the story of how the tradition came to be, to my great enjoyment, I found out that the story and connections are as deep and as meaningful as I had always hoped. The more people that I talked with, from random people walking on the streets to past community organizers to children who grew up in the neighborhood and so on, everyone said the same thing. They put the luminaries out as a community for the greater Bozeman community. The tradition flows out of their enjoyment for the enjoyment of others. In past years, I've always been struck by the tangible sense of community that's present in the streets. Friends, family, neighbors gathering in driveways around campfires, roasting marshmallows, sharing stories, memories, and Christmas cheer, warm lights spilling out of windows, curtains drawn back, revealing families around tables, celebrating together over family dinner, and all of the little lights twinkling, flickering, shoulder to shoulder like soldiers in paper bag foxholes, beating back the darkness with their collective warmth. I am telling you, the beauty and strength of community is tangibly put on display. Each person expending time and energy along the boundary lines of their claims staked within a community, join up with their neighbor and the next neighbor and the next, and so on until an entire geographic region is lit up from tiny sparks of light, each expression small and inconsequential on its own. Unprotected, without the proper structure surrounding it, each tiny spark of light would get swallowed up by its surrounding circumstances. However, with some brown paper, a block of wood for a solid foundation, combined with 1,000 other points of light, each little spark is enough to light up an entire neighborhood. The word's out about Bozeman. Westridge on Christmas Eve is a microcosm of Bozeman as a whole, and as people drive through our streets, hike along our trails, and fish along our rivers, they witness the tangible radiance of our residents' lives, live to the full along the boundary lines that they've staked in this community, joining up with their neighbor, and the next, and so on until we light up an entire geographic region called the Gallatin Valley. It's no wonder that people want to move here, and it's precisely because of this and the season of time that we've come through here in 2020 that makes me say that this is the perfect holiday experience for us as a community. Practically speaking, it's a holiday experience that you can engage from your car and maintain social distancing, but more importantly, with the sustained trials and difficulties of this year combined with the growth and changes in the Gallatin Valley, it can begin to feel like it's impossible to continue on, shining brightly, fighting back the darkness. Standing shoulder to shoulder seems to be more and more difficult when you're unaware of who it is that's standing next to you and that you have to stay socially distanced. But think about this holiday tradition. It's perfect for this season. One young boy whose life was tragically ended, inspired his young friends with beauty that he brought with him from a different community. And one expression of beauty enjoyed, joined up with two honoring acts of love, which became four actors within a family's tradition of celebration. And outwards it spread into a community until now, 53 years later. The light of a 12-year-old boy's enjoyment is still shining brightly, transformed and transmitted here to us in 2020. A people passing through a dark time together and in need of light. This year, I look forward with special anticipation to driving my family through streets hemmed in the hope of strong, steadfast community. I want to invite you to come along. My hope is that you'll be encouraged and refreshed, your life and heart lightened in the gentle light that Westridge enjoys providing us as a community. At 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve, I know where I'll be, and I would love for you to join me. I'm proud of our community. I'm captivated by the beauty we create together, and I enjoy being with you all.